is Tim. I am gathered here with Brent and London.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
So, welcome to the Fallout The Death Clause. This is episode 2 in our podcast.
I never thought we'd get this far, to be honest.
Wow, that's kind of disappointing. It didn't fall apart after one episode. Sorry, Tim.
Fall apart.
Jesus Christ.
Hidden Fallout 4 reference.
Hey,
Get on that.
If this is all about Fallout puns, I'm into it.
Yeah, this is the Fallout Puns episode of the podcast.
On today's episode, we are going to discuss different adventures we've had in previous Fallout games, and that's pretty much it, because there's no news this week. So, let's jump right into it. We'll start with Tim.
Oh, so I have a really good story for this I was saving. So, when I bought Fallout 3, I was in 9th grade in high school. And I was living with my parents, and I would be a nice guy, and I would cut the grass for them. But at this particular day, I just got done playing through DC, and I killed a super mutant, and I took his minigun. And as I fired up the weed whacker at the end of the day, it roared to life and was like, vroom, vroom, vroom. And I was like, oh, this is a minigun. So I just ran around the yard for like an hour, just like revving the engine, and like shooting imaginary super mutants. And I think that's the day that my dad finally realized he was disappointed in me.
All the neighbors are like, "Oh, look at little Tim."
The question is, though, did you finish cutting the grass?
Yeah, I did. I got it all done.
No, he just waved around in the air with the weed whacker and didn't even touch the grass.
The grass was not cut that day.
You didn't mistake your dad for the super mutant?
That's how my dad lost his hand.
Jesus Christ.
Then he grew 5 more.
All right. So I'm gonna give kind of one of my stories. I actually remember a friend being like super into the idea of taking this experimental MIRV, which everyone learned about through an IGN video of all things. Which is if you don't know, it's a gun in Fallout 3 that shoots 8 mini nukes at once. We have a video coming out that actually covers it as an Easter egg. He had this idea to take the experimental MIRV to the top of the Washington Monument and shoot it off. So I had the similar idea. So I went and did it before him, which he got pissed, but that's not the part of the story that I care about. I shot it from the top of the Washington Monument, and it actually said I killed someone. I don't remember who it was, but it seemed like an important person. So I think along
3 dogs.
I think along the no 3 dogs is too far away. I think along the line I wasn't able to do one of the quests because I killed someone.
For real?
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Not like a story quest, but like just like a random side quest.
That's why you can't have fun in those games. Like you can't shoot off mini nukes.
I used to also like freak out because someone told me like probably 30 hours into my playthrough of Fallout 3 that the fire lance exists and that you should be paying attention for it. And I was like, shit. So I was like thinking of all the times that it could have dropped, and I'm just like, damn it, man. That thing could have happened at any time. Which actually, the other day it happened, and you were here for that. That was pretty interesting.
I just heard you yelling.
Yeah, it randomly happened to me. The fire lance dropped. Do you know what the fire lance was?
No.
It was an alien blaster, right? But it was an alien blaster. When you shot and you hit something, it caught on fire. Just spontaneous combustion from it. So I think it was the most powerful weapon in the game.
Wait, I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the only alien gun you could get without getting Mothership Zeta.
No.
That's the alien blaster.
That's the alien blaster. This one's also without Mothership Zeta, but it was completely random.
Oh, jeez.
For it to drop, it was so random. A lot of people speculated it was your luck. Some people say it's not dependent on your luck. It's just dependent on a random event. And
your story was a lot longer and in depth than mine.
Yeah. Sorry.
Shit.
That's just one of my stories. I have a whole bunch. London, you got one?
I remember when I first started playing the game, I went to Megaton and I started Moira Brown's mission, and then I did the supermarket one, and then I think I got as far as the one where you have to go to the minefield. I went to the place. I saw all these mines. I saw sniper rifle lasers and everything, and I was like, screw this. I went back and I murdered Moira Brown.
Because you were so upset about the quest?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing this. So I brutally murdered someone.
Oh, for some reason that just reminded me of something. So in Fallout 3, I did not know you couldn't kill children. So the entire time I was avoiding shooting children. Like I was like, there's a child there. guns down, not shooting him.
You're not playing the game right.
So just wait. So at one point, I was just like, like, I feel like I'm being too good of a Samaritan. Like, you need to kill a child every now and then.
You
I feel the same
So,
way.
no, it gets better. It gets better. So the sheriff had that one kid.
Oh, fuck, that kid was annoying.
Okay, so I got pissed off at him, like, because, like, he just kept being a kid and shit.
Bastard.
So one day, like, I waited until it was nighttime because I knew he'd be sleeping in his bed. I broke into the house, which I believe had a very hard lock on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was like almost an expert or.
Yeah. So I pulled out my alien blaster because it was like, his fucker's got to die in one shot. So I snuck up into his room and he was sleeping in his bed and I shot him. And when you shoot the kid, it tells you can't kill kids. And he got out of his bed. And I was like, fuck! So I was like,
exit save,
revert to save, revert, and it had like just saved when I broke into the house, and like apparently I got really lucky the first time because the sheriff hadn't gone to bed yet, and he was like 10 paces that way. Somehow I snuck past him the first time, so every time I loaded in, I had to kill the sheriff. So it was just like, oh fuck, he's gonna die. Like, there's nothing else I can do.
There's a lesson in there, like somewhere deep in that story. There's
Don't
a
kill
lesson.
children.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
I remember I was in Rivet City, and this was late game. I was just hanging out there, and when you exit this one part of the ship, there's like a hangar, not a hangar. I guess kind of like an airstrip where they put planes and everything, and there are some kids playing by the planes, and I immediately got my I immediately shot a mini nuke at them. Because everything is overkill whenever I play Fallout. But they just didn't do anything. And I was like, these are some tough kids. It didn't even tell me you can't kill kids. Because I don't even think they were like actively in the game. I think they were just background. Because they didn't move or anything. But I shot them.
Background, they were like painted on to like.
Well, they were. They didn't move. So and they probably weren't very detailed or textured that well. Just because you're so far away, you can't really get close to them. It's from afar. So that's why I shot them with a mini nuke and didn't just attack them with a knife or something.
Yeah, right. I got.
Did you do the Sunset Sarsaparilla challenge in Fallout New Vegas?
One of my stories.
Yeah, so I did that, and like dude, listen, I did it like the second or third week New Vegas came out, which is a really incredible feat. So I was like, Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles, come on, I gotta drink the shit out of these. So I'd grab one, I'd drink, go. Like,
you realize they were in locations, the star bottle caps, right? You didn't have to do that. They were in set locations.
Well, I knew that. I would find it, but as soon as I found a Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle, I would hope that it had a star cap.
Right.
So I would drink it immediately. Eventually, I got up to it, and then I went in there, and you got like a fucking like laser pistol, right?
No, it's way worse than that. You got a Sunset Sarsaparilla deputy.
And then inside there was a person that went insane that has a laser.
Yeah, it was
pistol.
even a good like.
Yeah. I was just like, you're fucking kidding me. The best thing I got out of this was a goddamn achievement.
Well, that's why I did it. I knew I read ahead and knew it was bad, but I still thought it was amusing.
Yeah, but I mean, I did it the third week, so that would have made sense why I couldn't have read ahead.
There was one person who probably got upset about that, like the first guy to do it. Because when you first get the game, there's like a guide to the achievements or quests, so he had to figure that himself. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, Obsidian caught me.
Another disappointment from New Vegas.
Yeah.
I got one. I got
okay.
a story. So, back in the day, like, before I got hobbies and friends, I would try and 100% all the 360 games I had. And
of course.
I had Fallout 3 in front of me, and I was like, all right, this is going to take a lot of Doritos and, like, Mountain Dew. Oh, I don't drink that stuff. That makes people think badly of me. But
gotta do the do.
That wasn't a plug. They're not paying us. But I sat it down. I got pretty far. But then my family told me that we were going on vacation. I was like, shit, we can't do that. Like, Fallout 3. So not one of my proudest moments. We went camping and we like rented an RV. And I was like, well, does the RV have a TV? I'm like, well, yeah, but we're going in the woods. Like, why do you need that? I was like, Xbox. So my family camped and like kayaked and swam and went to the beach. And I sat in the camper and 100% in Fallout 3. It was another time my parents were just like, we're not too proud of you.
I'm kind of proud of you because Fallout 3 was one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah, exactly. So
So I can't be upset about it. Like it sucks that you missed those experiences.
And I'll never get them back, but I do have experiences. I remember I was playing the pit when we were in a campground, and I'm just like so into it, and I can hear like kids and people having fun outside.
Last achievement I had to get in Fallout 3 was the damn ingot achievement.
Yeah, same here.
So like, and I didn't use a guide at all. I just went through and like found them all myself.
I was also in that boat because I didn't have any Wi-Fi back in the day. Because in the woods. Oh, Jesus.
Craziness.
I was always just too lazy to look at the guides. I just did shit, and then hopefully it worked out.
That would drive me crazy.
I
would not be able to do it. I have to stop every 5 minutes when I'm playing a game to look at like a guide so I know I'm doing it right.
Like, I was never one to like just play games for achievements. I guess like I've just never been into that. I always just get them and I'm like, all right, cool.
It's like an integrated part of the game. It's like it's part of the game. You
Okay, all right, be honest. All right, get ready for this.
All right.
The bobblehead achievement.
Oh,
if you
boy.
didn't do a walkthrough, did you remember to pick up the one that was at the Enclave base? Because I forgot it, and then like I went back and did them, and I got like I think over half of them, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Where's this one?" And it's like inside the Enclave base, which you can't go back in.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you're kidding." I always got the one in the beginning though, because the one in the beginning it's like super imperative. It's like right there.
What,
Twice.
Vault 101?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The medical
you
one.
can go back and get it because I actually grabbed it.
Yeah. You can go back when Amada wants you to come in there.
Yeah, but I did the same thing you did. Only I read the guide.
Oh,
So I
Amada, what a tease!
saw, really though.
Your dad was a dick.
I killed her dad.
I actually asked him the other day. I was like, would they have actually killed you if you would have just stayed in there?
Probably not.
But you're not playing video games, right?
Yeah.
Just stay in the
They
vault.
probably would have used harsh words.
This is gonna be
Threats.
this is breaking the fourth wall almost. But in Fallout or Far Cry 4, you have
What is Far Cry? This is a Fallout.
Yeah, just wait. In Far Cry
podcast.
4, if you stay there, like, when he's like, can you just wait here for a little bit? If you stand there for, like, 15 minutes real time...
Yeah, he comes back and the game
he'll come
ends.
back and the game ends.
It rolls credits.
Yeah.
That's one of the endings.
That's so good.
All I know is that we just lost a subscriber because you talked about Far
Oh,
Cry.
sorry. Well,
See you, subscriber.
Good game, but it's not what we're talking about.
yeah,
But it has a 4 in it.
it does have
Hey.
a 4.
Actually, yeah, that's close enough.
And if you subtract 1, it's 3.
I wish they could see my
Brent, you can
faces
shut
I
the
make
hell
at you. I really wish people could see the disappointed faces I make at you.
I'm sure it looks much
Musky.
like your.
It looks very musky.
I'm sure it looks much like your father's disappointed face.
He came into the campground and I was playing video games in the goddamn woods.
He's like, I thought I had a son.
I actually have another story that is the
Shoot.
exact same thing. I have a history of getting way too into video games when they get released. I went to like the midnight release of New Vegas, and
Oh shit.
I remember for some reason I did not get to play it until like Christmas. So I think my parents might have been like, "All right, you can get it from us, but you have to like keep it wrapped until Christmas." I was like, whatever. At least I get to go to the midnight release.
What a tease.
That's right. So it's New Year's, and like the day beforehand, like I get a call, and my sister's like, "Hey, like come over to our house in New Jersey. It'll be fun. Bring the whole family." I'm like, "Fallout in Vegas. You're not really picking up what I'm putting out." And she's going, "No, it's fun." So while everyone was watching the countdown for New Year's, I'm in the basement with the door open and a tiny monitor playing Fallout New Vegas, and I can hear like 3, 2, 1. Everyone's like clapping and cheering, and I just completed like the main game.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, New Year's is always super boring.
What New Year's have you been experiencing?
I once celebrated New Year's by playing video games with my stepdad.
Yeah,
So it's a
like,
good
I pretty
Fuck.
much usually
my
just
story
play
isn't that
games.
sad then.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that my whole family was there, and I was like in the basement, like in the dark, playing Fallout New Vegas, like while the ball was dropping.
I remember we were in a party and he was like, "Hey, it's New Year's." I was like, "Right on." I was like, "All right, let's keep playing."
I actually remember when New Vegas came out, I actually went over to a friend's house like that Friday, I think, and I stayed there until like that Sunday.
Good
So we
Lord.
so we
One of
literally
those
just
friends,
played
huh?
together the entire time.
How do you play Fallout New Vegas together? You switch
Once
off?
side by side.
Oh, okay.
Like he had his Xbox, I had mine.
Oh,
It was
Cute.
it was a cool experience. I actually really would love to do that with Fallout 4 because it was just so much fun.
I'm not doing that. You guys have heard firsthand how immersed I get. I would probably punch you out of like excitement. Like I'd be in battle and I'd just like whack you right in the mouth. So you don't want to play.
Use VATS on him. Critical hit. Christ,
So-
Tim, stop.
That actually, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you want to do first in Fallout 4?
Create my character.
I am gonna spend at least 2 good hours creating my character because if I gotta look at this
2
guy,
hours.
Opposed to
I'm
2
exaggerating.
bad hours.
I'm exaggerating slightly because if I gotta look at this guy's ugly mug for hours and hours and hours of the game, I'm gonna do it right.
To be fair, in every Fallout, I think there's always been like a way to change your face though. Because in Fallout 3, wasn't there like the surgeon or whatever, the plastic surgeon up in the Northeast?
Yeah, but what is like?
Yeah, but they always charge you a
slight
ridiculous amount of money too.
Exaggeration. Was it like an hour and 55 minutes?
Yeah.
I just want to go back to that. Like, what is a slight?
I'm gonna spend a long time. Every time there's a game with character customization, I always spend a long time on it just so I get it just right.
I make them all look like me. They all have to be me because I'm in the game.
Are you gonna customize your wife?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and make my baby the most handsome baby.
My baby's gonna be lifting weights.
Like,
and
are you
smoking
guys
cigarettes.
gonna are you guys gonna follow the story first? Or are you guys gonna like follow the?
It's an interesting question.
It depends
explore.
on. For me, it would probably depend on how interested I get into the main story. Because a lot of games that are open, if the story is really gripping, I want to keep playing the story missions, and then I worry about side missions when I come to them. But if I'm in a, most likely there'll be a part of the story where I'm less interested and I'll just go explore, or I won't even worry about the story right off, and I'll come out of the Vault 111 and just walk around and explore. That's what I did in Fallout 3. That's what I did the other playthroughs I did. The first playthrough I kind of went through the story because that's the whole point of the game. But I guarantee you through other playthroughs I won't even start the story until like a couple hours of me exploring.
I like to do a little bit of story. And
Yeah.
then, like, you find like 50 quests.
Yeah,
Within, like,
yeah,
5 minutes. So I
exactly.
do some
Just
of
on the
those, like,
way.
you know what I mean? Like, I kind of mix it up.
I think usually what I like to do is I like to just come out of the vault and just be like, what the hell is this place? And just kind of like throw myself like
Yeah.
into what the world is. Like
That's
I
a good
kind of
idea.
just like the story's like cool and all, but I think in Skyrim like I followed the path. Like the path they kind of tried to set. Like even though it's a loose path, I don't like that path. Like in
No, yeah. I see what
like
you're
I
saying.
think Skyrim was a worse game to me because I followed that path like so hard. Like I just want to just right out of the vault just like ignore the story.
Yeah,
Even
but,
if-
but you knew that going in. I guarantee you that when you did other playthroughs of Skyrim, you didn't follow the path.
No, I didn't. But the other playthroughs of Skyrim I played on my PC, and every time I play on my PC, I'm usually like, console commands, because I've already played through the whole game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this will be my first experience on PC where I've actually haven't played the game already.
before PC.
Which actually, that actually leads me to a point that I forgot to bring up in the first podcast.
Nope, too late. This is about stories.
Just give me one
Not
second.
doing it.
All right, you want to continue the story?
I'm just fucking with you.
All right, so I'm playing on PC.
Okay.
London's playing on PS4,
Mm-hmm.
and Tim will be playing on Xbox One. So we're gonna have like a really like wide motion of people playing on different platforms, which is pretty awesome. No one's playing on the Wii U where it's not coming out on.
Well, that would
It
explain.
would have been more funny if you didn't give it away. People would be like trying to find like copies of it like on Amazon. No, I heard on the death clause. It's
To be honest though, it would be pretty cool on the Wii U because like you could put like the Pip-Boy on the
Yeah,
Well, your
gamepad.
inventory being.
But that's
I love games like that.
It wouldn't be able to handle the game.
Well,
It would. Yeah.
the nice part is you're gonna have like you even if you don't have the Pip-Boy, you can have the second screen experience and just put your phone like right next to your like right in your lap or whatever and just access your Pip-Boy from there.
That game was.
That would be
almost
great.
made.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think the Pip-Boy freezes everything
Like, do
anymore.
you know how much time you waste like on other consoles, like fucking around in your inventory? Like, I would love to have in the Wii U, so they don't have to mess around.
Well, like, I know this isn't the game we're talking about, but it's a good example of something similar. I play a lot of Battlefield,
Yeah.
and they have the Battle Log app,
Yeah.
which I love. you can like just change your loadout like while you're waiting for a server or find a server. If they had something like that where you could get a little Pip-Boy screen.
That is it. That's what the second screen experience is. That's why they have the Pip-Boy.
Oh, it's officially a thing.
It's officially a thing.
Oh, I thought it was just an idea. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
It's really cool. That's why I'm excited that I'm getting the Pip-Boy or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you ordered that.
So I guess
I'll just take some rubber bands to my phone and
I'll
pretend
do an
it's a
unboxing
Pip-Boy.
too for the channel.
Oh yeah? That
Yeah.
would be good.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
bring in the views. You opening things.
Yeah.
I'll do an unboxing of my game.
It's
This
kinda-
is me opening
Perfect.
up the...
Perfect. You do too.
It's kind of like when you're having Christmas with your family and you have to look at your sibling opening up presents and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, you shit. I want to open up mine.
like, how is unboxing videos interesting to us, but like watching your siblings do things is not
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
This is
Weird.
exactly what you thought it would be. But now I'm a stranger.
So,
Do you have any other memories?
I actually wanted to go back to like what you guys planned on doing Fallout 4 Day 1. Like, do you guys plan on playing midnight or do you plan on waiting?
Depends on what my schedule is going to be like. If I don't have anything going on the next day, I'll play all night and not go to bed.
Yeah.
But if I work or something, I'll have to postpone it. But, that's all relative. I would love to play it on midnight release. That'd be the shiz.
I have never gotten a game like on midnight and played it through. I've been very close to.
Yeah.
I don't want to divulge into other games stories, but I have gotten games like the day that they released because they didn't do a midnight release because it wasn't that exciting, and then I did play it for like 2 days straight. I'm not even kidding.
I think I might be on the same boat with you.
Yeah.
I think the closest I've come to it was I went to a midnight release for Mortal Kombat X at a GameStop. And people were it was just so we could play a tournament. And then as soon as they were done the tournament, they were like, all right, you can pick up your game. And I pre-ordered it at another store. So it's kind of awkward. I was just kind of like, I'm just going to get out of here. The tournament was fun, but like, it was just super awkward. Because it was like, yeah, I didn't buy it here. I just wanted to come for your tournament.
Did they give you looks? Were they cranky with you?
No, they probably
Probably
didn't even know I existed because there were so many people in line.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hours of operation at that point.
It would have been really funny. They had a raffle, and one of the raffles was like, you get the collector's edition of the game, you get all these crazy prizes, and somebody I knew won, but if I would have won that would have been so awkward. Then I would have had to go to another place and cancel that
Oh my god.
pre-order.
So I actually have a disappointing story for you guys. I kind of upset it was this game specifically, but the day Halo 4 came out, I totally went in at midnight, picked it up, took off the school for the next day, and just like played. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works. Out.
Played through the Halo 4 campaign and like from the night to that day.
Oh man,
Dude, it was so disappointing too. It was just like, fuck, that was not even a good game.
I won't mention what game, but I really need to tell my story now because it's actually really really funny.
All right, go ahead.
It was, remember in 2011 when that huge snowstorm hit? We got like 10 inches. They canceled school for like 3 days.
It was like all ice too.
So I pre-ordered this game on that day, and this is the first time I ever pre-ordered the game. So I thought that how that worked was like you had to go get it like the day it came out, and there's already like an inch of snow in the ground. And my dad, he was the only one who had like a car suitable for that. He had like a big van. He's like, you gotta help me out here, man.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, we can do this. So we're going down like the main road in town at like 5 miles an hour, just like into the windshield.
I'm gonna get that game.
It took us an hour to get to GameStop. I walk in,
dude.
I run in because I'm expecting a line.
Yeah.
Like we get through this line before the snow gets. They're closing up. I run in and they're like, they called me out. They're like, "What's wrong with you? Are you serious?" I'm like, "I pre-ordered the game." I'm like, "Oh, okay, buddy." So I paid and I was judged the whole time. And I left for the hour drive home.
I want to know what game it is now.
It was BioShock 2.
Oh, dude.
All around awful experience.
You know what though? Like I had fun with the multiplayer. I can't lie.
A Fallout? Why are we talking about things that aren't Fallout?
So,
There will never be Fallout multiplayer.
so you never answered. He said he probably wouldn't. Are you going to be playing Midnight for Fallout 4?
I will if I can. If the time works out.
Oh,
I'll
actually,
definitely
you're
do
gonna
it.
be.
No, we're not gonna talk about that. I don't want fucking army vets being on the channel humping my leg. Edit that part out. I'm gonna say something inappropriate, so you edit it out.
I will say one thing. I'm getting a disc. I'm not getting
law.
digital. Because,
Why not?
well, I could get digital and I could get it exactly at midnight or probably a little bit before. But it would take so long to
Preload.
download. It's still, though. I mean,
Preload, though.
for a
Usually-
game that big?
I
Yeah,
don't believe
yeah,
in
but
digital copies. I don't believe in them.
Well, the reason I like digital copies is okay. First of all, I'm buying a physical copy of the PC version.
Okay, but it's different with PC.
Yeah.
Because if I were to go to the PlayStation Store and I were to get Fallout 4 or pre-order it, and first of all, when you pre-order a digital game, you have to put down the full $60.
Yeah.
And then when you get it, you can't even play it right away.
Yeah.
You have to wait hours.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. If I want the game, I have no patience. I just want to open the game, install the update, and just get going.
So the nice part in like this like next gen console age is the ability of game share, which both PS4 and Xbox One both provide.
I don't know what
And-
the hell that is.
Oh, I'm gonna explain it real
Oh,
quick.
very
You
good.
bet
So-
your ass.
So in game share, if you have a physical copy, you're able to either lend that physical copy to a friend or sell it to a game store as a pre-owned game. But if you buy it in a digital copy, you actually own 2 copies of the game. This is because it goes to your home Xbox and it goes to your account. Same with PS4, it goes to your home PS4 and your PS4. And this worked for PS3 and Xbox 360 in the later days. So what ends up happening is, and I'm gonna give it a nice example here. My friend Dakota lives in Canada.
Lives in the Canada.
He lives in Canada, and on his Xbox, he has me registered as that is my home Xbox. Here, I have him registered as my Xbox is his home Xbox. So when he gets a game, I get a game and he gets a game. When I get a game, he gets a game and I get a game. So there's 2 different copies. So he's getting Fallout 4 for the Xbox One, and I get the copy of Fallout 4 for the Xbox One once he gets the digital copy. So I'll be able to download it at midnight, and I didn't even pay for it.
You cheated the system,
But this is
man.
because they actually know about this, so they're allowing people to do
just
it.
messing with
Yeah, yeah. I'm buying a different game, and he's going to be able to access that game. This is for you, Tim, so I don't mention the game. I'm going to be buying that, so he has access to that, and now I have access to Fallout 4 because he's buying Fallout 4.
Wait, so do I get games?
Unfortunately,
You
I can only
mentioned
set
name.
home. I can only set home Xbox.
Why did you
on
bring
my
me into this
Xbox.
if I'm not getting games? I zoned out and I heard my name and I thought I was getting games.
No. I said.
Did not pay attention to your bullshit story and I heard my name said and I
He
equivocated
acted like
that.
he wanted to pay attention. That was the sad part.
It was all a front.
Yep, exactly. So, more Fallout 3 or New Vegas memories?
Well, I didn't have New Vegas, so I can't really contribute there.
Tell us about Fallout 3.
Tell us about it. When I got the game originally, I was much younger. Obviously, I was deathly afraid of the metro. I was so scared of ghouls and shit, especially the feral ones. Oh man, I lost my mind. I was like, I'm not going to the metro. I'm not going to the metro unless I have to. I am not going in there. And then playing it again, kind of recently, I just thought, wow, I was such an idiot. This isn't even scary.
Yeah, right. Well, how old are you when you got it?
I got it pretty early on, and then I can't remember, when did it come out?
2008.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
Hi, I'm Todd Howard, introducing the rated M scary version of Fallout 3, where we're gonna scare your kids.
We're gonna
It's a game
scare
about
them
the end
real
of the
good.
world. Of
Let
course
me-
it's scary.
Let me run through the game real quick with you, and here you go. Here's the metro. Oh, your kids are scared now. Turn off the Xbox 360.
Oh, your kids are scared. They have like a live audience kids. They're just like crying. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Fuck you guys! I wasn't scared of the whole game,
Oh, I'm
just
so
the
startled.
metro.
Sorry, I had to chime in as Todd Howard for that.
Oh, of course you did.
Okay.
There better be more footage of Todd Howard.
In this
talking.
one, yeah. Sync it up.
And
a
then
bit.
he's just like, I want to scare your kids. I wish he sounded like that. I wish he was just like, just Fallout 4, gonna scare your kids.
Is that your Todd Howard? Because that's not Todd Howard.
No, I know. I said I wish he sounded like
That's Todd Howard, like, smoking for 10 years.
That's Todd Howard's weird uncle. Hey, little Todd, I want to scare you.
Todd Howard's uncle calls himself Todd Howard. That's how my
Hey,
uncle
Todd,
works
I'm Todd Howard too. Jeez, uncle, stop.
I don't have any really, like, memories of quests or any zany things that happened to me. I just have memories of me playing the games at inappropriate times. Like, not doing it at the right time.
I always thought the Tranquility Lane quest, I just thought it was so messed up, but I don't know why. It was my favorite mission.
Oh,
Maybe
love
I'm super
that.
morbid. I don't know.
That's
You're wearing
my
a clown
favorite.
mask like you're John Wayne Gacy, like attacking other kids. It's terrible, but I don't know why I thought that mission
No,
was
it's
so
terrible
cool.
that you referenced John Wayne Gacy.
Well, it was accurate.
I
How-
didn't appreciate it.
How
You're
many?
gonna pick up that, and it's gonna.
You can't reference things that are happening
Sorry.
outside of the podcast because they can't see it.
So, do you guys plan on getting the season pass to get all the DLC?
Negative.
It'll probably be when they release like some information about the DLCs and what they're gonna be like, and if I seem interested, I'll get the season pass. I just started getting into the whole season pass thing. I used to think that it was a waste of money, and I was like, whatever, or I just didn't care about
It's
DLC.
certain games that like release season passes that were wastes of money, like Call
and
of
then
Duty.
and then certain games are worth
Yeah.
the season passes.
yeah, exactly. Well,
especially
like,
open world RPGs.
well, Warner Brothers is like the worst about it, or like even Uplay and Warner Brothers are terrible at it because they'll be like, yeah, so we're gonna have a season pass. It might be worth it, it might not. Like, have you ever heard that? Like, it's just like we're thinking about making DLC. like
Well,
they
might put it out.
like I feel like Origins played that, and I know for a fact it was a Uplay game, and I think it was maybe Assassin's Creed Unity or whatever. It was like, so we're gonna put out DLC maybe. Like, we might put out one, we might put out more. This might be worth it.
Well,
it was
I
just
mean-
like, why?
Warner Brothers is probably getting better then, because I recently bought Arkham Knight and I bought that season pass, and they've been pretty steadily coming out with DLC and good stuff.
Yeah, but like, so even if it's like price, right? Even if the price matches, it can't just be price. It's got to be like gameplay value. Like,
Yeah.
like if let's say if there was a season pass for Fallout 3 and it made it cheaper, but even if it made it cheaper, dude, those DLCs were worth it for the cash if you fronted it
Even
for
if you
each
paid,
DLC.
even if you paid separate.
Yeah,
it was worth
exactly.
it.
It was totally worth it. And it was worth it because you put more hours into those DLC than it was worth.
Yeah.
So like my point is like if they're doing like we added a new weapon, like that's to me that's like something they should add free. Like that's not something like they should be like toting, because all that is an artist goes in, draws it real fast, and he probably drew it because once the game's over, an artist has like a couple months or whatever before the game releases to make content. And usually they're making weapons and all that such.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's only one game that really did this. Hopefully the season pass contains all the DLC.
Are you gonna say Evolve did that?
That's one example. I was gonna say Mortal Kombat did that. They kind of have a different thing because the price is
Destiny
different.
did that too. The season pass only included 2 pieces of content. A new one just came out for $40.
Yeah, I don't want to see multiple season passes.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm fronting all this money to get all the DLCs because I want all of it.
What if there are more than one season?
So it's not a TV.
This isn't a yeah.
Not a
So,
goddamn
I mean,
So-
it'd probably make a good television show. But
I actually read into this not too long about their season pass. They said they haven't started any of the DLC. They're like all working on Fallout 4 and specifically Fallout 4.
good. I wouldn't expect them to.
They also said that they're gonna release like at least like I think they said at least 4, but if they have time, they're gonna release even more.
Are they not done yet? It comes out in like a month.
No, like
That worries me.
they're
No,
not done
they're-
yet because they're bug crushing. Like
Yeah,
they're all working for bug crushing.
They're working out the kinks.
If you don't remember, like, let's go ahead and reference like day one playing Bethesda games. Skyrim.
Oh shit.
Do you remember the giant bug? Like
The dragon
with the
flew
giants?
backwards.
Oh, that too. The
giants were,
giant
like,
where they
flew
hit
the
you and you
fuck off.
flew in 100 feet in the air.
The falling mammoths from the sky.
Yeah, so they weren't bug catching that time, I believe.
No,
But I have opinions.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so, Tim.
Share 'em.
Like, I don't know why we're thinking about DLC, because when I get all of the Elder Scrolls games or any of the Fallout series games, it takes me like 2 years to get through everything I want to do in the game. And then the DLC is like half price anyway. So, like, I'm not even worried. I'm not buying a season pass. I'm not buying the Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, but by the time I finished the main game, the Game of the Year edition would already come out.
Exactly.
The year would be over. And they decided that this was the game of the year. Which
Yeah.
I never understood, by the way, because there are a bunch of games with Game of the Year
Exactly.
editions. How many fucking years
Who's
is this the
deciding
game?
So I actually want to ask you guys a question. Did you guys buy the DLC for Skyrim?
I bought none of it. No, I didn't think it was gonna be worth it. I think Skyrim is too buggy for me.
There was Dreadnought, right? And then there was Dawnguard. Dawnguard is
What
what
the
it's
fuck is
called.
Dreadnought?
That's
You just spoke,
a spaceship. That's a spaceship.
Norse.
There's a Dawnguard. There's Dawnguard. There's Dragonborn. Then there's Hearthfire, I think, and I think that's it.
Yeah, but Hearthfire, a lot of people were
Yeah,
disappointed
Hearthfire
with.
was just a house. It was.
It's
That's
like,
pretty
hey,
cool.
do you want to play The Sims, but
Yeah.
not The Sims?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they're like, okay, well, we're going to take Hearthfire and put it in Fallout 4. But now it's in the game.
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's probably a lot more intricate, but
Hi guys, it's Todd Howard. We added Hearthfire to Fallout 4 because we knew you loved that DLC.
Let's
You've
see
got
how the
to
kids react.
You've got to pay an extra $15
scared.
for it, and
Kids are still scared.
the kids are scared.
I mean, when it came to Skyrim, those other two DLCs were pretty interesting. Considering they put you in new locations.
I'm not gonna lie, I have them
Hope you
because
don't lie.
I got the Game of the Year edition for Skyrim, but I never
played
played them. Like I started playing Dawnguard, but I heard Dawnguard was pretty bad.
Well,
I heard Dragonborn was really good, but like that was really in reality the only DLC. So that has me thinking like I'm kind of scared about the Fallout 4 DLC.
I don't think they have much to go with.
The only good thing about Dawnguard is you got like a skill tree for if you were a vampire that just like obliterated everything. It just made you super really great in the game, but it was kind of like a cheap out to trying really hard.
Well
It'd be
then,
cool if there were vampires in the Fallout series. So you turn into ghouls.
Well, they had vampires in Fallout 3. They just weren't a big deal. Remember
right?
Remember the family?
Yeah.
Were they vampires?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. There were vampires.
Yeah.
in that.
Early in the game, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought that was a cool quest as well.
It would have been cool to turn into them.
You know what's funny? I never did that quest because I was like, I'm not going to deliver a letter for you. I just met you in some bar. Fuck off.
You're
Yeah.
getting really immersed.
Yeah, I was
So-
like, whatever. And then when I played the most recent time, I was like, I never did this quest. I should probably do it.
never mailed
And
that
then
way.
I actually was like super immersed. And I was like, I opened the door and then her family was dead. And I was like, oh shit. I gotta figure this out. I turned into Batman. I was like, I'm the world's greatest detective. I gotta figure this
The college humor of Batman.
Yeah.
so like, did you guys enjoy the free DLC they put out for Skyrim though, like the horse combat and like all that stuff? Did you ever even like?
There was DLC. That was
There was
free.
free DLC.
I haven't played Skyrim since like 2012.
Yeah, there was horse combat, like, or horseback combat that they added in.
I never
There's
used a
few-
horse in Skyrim.
Neither did I.
There's no need.
You can fast travel.
Yeah,
Why the fuck
yeah,
do you need
exactly,
A horse? Like, Where are
exactly.
you venturing to?
I mean, you can look really badass in a horse. The only horse I used was when I finished the Dark Brotherhood quest, and I got
Really?
that crazy nightmare horse. It's awesome.
Nightmare? Was that his name?
Night.
I
It'd been funny if it was called Nightmare, because isn't mare like the woman
man.
version of a horse?
They missed out.
So like, there's actually like people that like hate the idea of fast travel. What do you guys think about it?
Oh, you need it for a big game. I mean,
Who are
like,
these people? I want to call them a moron.
let's bring up another game that had that problem. Dragon's Dogma.
Let's just fucking talk about things that aren't Fallout.
Well,
Shit.
You-
I
you-
like.
This
let's talk
is
about
an
sports.
analogy.
you gotta live
It's an
by
analogy.
example,
We're just
man.
gonna talk about
It's-
football now.
It's okay to use an analogy.
What's our favorite snack food? You can
Shit.
You can edit this part out where I'm being cranky.
But in Dragon's Dogma, they didn't have any fast travel, and literally you do so much backtracking.
Yeah.
And in an open world where you're outside and it's open, you
Okay.
need fast travel. If you're in like corridors and stuff, that's one thing. Especially if you're in like a horror game, that makes sense. But in a game like this, where there's so many different quests and so
Yeah.
many different locations. I understand how you can't fast travel unless you've been there before,
Yeah.
but fast travel needs to be implemented.
I have some empathy towards like people that think that, because I do think like at some point like I feel like I missed a lot because I didn't travel around everywhere. However, like I also agree with like being able to fast travel because it seems like the world's way too big to not have it. But like for example, I wouldn't have minded if like each of the main cities were like the only fast travel points.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like that, like I
Well,
wouldn't
kind of
mind
like
that
in
at all.
Skyrim when you got in the carriage and you could pretty much go to any major
Yeah,
city.
yeah. Well, you wouldn't even have to get in the carriage. Like,
Oh,
like you
okay.
just be able to fast travel, but only to the main cities. To me, like that actually fixes the whole like ordeal of like I can just go here and here and here.
But
Yeah.
you're missing like one thing. Like for quests, you can't fast travel until you discover the place. So you do
I
have
know.
to like
I know.
I think the
But-
argument's just nitpicky. Like you have to walk there
Oh
to
yeah,
get
it's
there.
nitpicky, of course.
It's after you go through the game and you want to explore. Like
I also think that if you're traveling to a destination and you're just going, like, if you're going from point A to point B and you're not really looking to, like, explore in particular, you just want to get to this
you just want
place.
to play the game.
If you are trekking for a really long time, you'll get bored. And you won't want to, it'll take you out of the game. And nobody wants that.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, there's one thing if you want to, if you on purpose want to just walk around and discover things, but that's part of the game as well.
Right.
So fast travel isn't a necessity. They never make you use it, but it's always good to have for people who don't want to just walk for hours just to get to a location, especially if you're on the other side of a ridiculously large map.
Like I said, I have
just let me
empathy.
live my life. You know.
Like I
Why do
said,
you
I
gotta
have empathy for both sides.
put
Like,
their opinions on me and be like, "Don't fast travel, Tim. Who the fuck are you? Who are you to tell me not to fast travel? I won't be inviting you over to play video games. Whoever these people are."
well then,
I like my games to be boring. Shut up. No, I understand the argument that they feel like it kind of cheats you out from experiences you can have in the game, but I think it does. I think it does that doubly if you take it away. I think it's good that it's an option and you're never forced to use it. But if you don't want to play that way, then just don't use fast travel. I think it's always good as an option for people who maybe aren't as hardcore and just want to actually just play.
Do the game wrong.
Yeah.
so Tim, you and I were talking about like the like random encounters that were in Fallout 3 and kind of like reminiscing about different encounters we actually experienced and all that such.
Mm-hmm.
And like I look back at like Skyrim and like the random encounter pretty much was only the dragons, but it like was too few and far between, and it was really kind of like stale because it was just like you're list level, now you get an elder dragon that fights you, and it's just like
They're a bit
slash
varied.
boom fire.
Yeah, the random encounters in Skyrim or even Oblivion or Morrowind or any of the
Elder Scrolls,
games,
yeah.
they were.
But
very few and
but
far
I
between.
remember in Fallout 3 specifically, random encounters, they were a
They were
lot more
awesome.
challenging.
Yeah, they were awesome.
They were funny. They were like interesting. Like it made me feel like I was in a real game world.
Yeah.
That's what makes me not put down a game for 8 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And going back to the whole if we're gonna play it like from midnight to 2 days later, like that's the kind of shit that makes me want to keep playing it. Because I forget. Like I've forgotten that I'm playing video games at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you have like good headphones and you're listening through that.
Oh,
Oh,
headphones is
Oh.
the only way to go.
Oh.
I remember playing Fallout 3 for the first time, and like I only had that 10mm pistol, and like I had no ammo coming out of the vault. Like it was just like, dude, I'm so screwed. And so like I could literally only use the baseball bat or the BB gun. Like that was my only two options.
and it even with a BB gun, it takes like 3 hits
Oh yeah,
to kill a rad roach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God forbid you have
exactly.
to kill a
So-
Human.
yes,
So
those things.
I remember like the scarcity and almost like the feeling of like being desperate for like a new weapon, like
Like right
I-
off the bat.
yeah, and I got like my first hunting rifle, and I was like, oh my goodness, and I was like super happy, but it ran out of ammo constantly.
But then, like 10 hours later, you kept finding like hunting rifles. You're
Oh
like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. It was just like-
Discarding those left and right.
Or just repairing over
you
and
go
over
back
again.
to you go back to your house, and like on the floor is like 30 of them. You're just like,
I don't know if Tim talked about this last time, but hopefully they don't go overboard on the repairing again.
That was I went off on a rant because I
Yeah.
can't stand it. I don't even
It's-
want any of it.
it's
Except
just-
for like armor, maybe.
Yeah, and something like super important like armor or I just don't think that repairing should be a huge part of it.
Do we have this exact same conversation?
Yeah. Well, like, okay, like certain things like should happen. Like your gun should jam.
Yeah.
But like if it gets like worn away, your gun jams, but it doesn't break. Like it's not like completely.
They're not made of like glass.
Yeah.
Like, they don't just snap in half.
Like you can still use it, but it'll jam like every now and then. So like a fully automatic weapon, you get 15 shots out randomly, or now you've got 10 shots out, and you're like, well, I kind of need a repair. What would be really cool? I don't want them to do this because I feel like it would take up like too many resources. I want them to put somewhere else. Is like it'd be kind of cool if someone shot at your like scope, or like one of them shot at your scope and your scope broke.
You just want to be in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
You just want to be in World War II.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That would be cool though, but I think
that would
might
be a cool random encounter. I think.
My scope.
Your eye is gone forever though throughout the game.
We were actually looking at all the cultural.
And then you're infinitely more badass.
Yeah.
We were looking at all the cultural references that Fallout 3 had,
So
and
Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, it was Saving Private Ryan or Saving Brother Ryan, and I had completely forgotten about that quest. It was like the Kelly's Heroes or whatever.
That's a different thing.
Oh, is
It's
it?
a different World War II movie.
Well, the Saving Private Ryan reference was when you see the Brotherhood of Steel.
The dude
For the
says,
first
like, the
time?
line, right?
Yeah,
The sniper.
he says the line for the movie.
Okay, and then it was like the other one that was the Kelly's Heroes reference or whatever.
Kelly's Heroes was the movie about like the ragtag group that.
Remember there
breaks
was
away.
there was that in there they were in the Fallout 3. They were like a ranger group that was within the city that was like
No
trapped.
shit.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
Nah.
Oh damn, dude! I
just watched
can't
that movie
remember. I
recently,
can't
too.
remember where that was in the game. We'll have to look that up afterwards
Oh boy.
because that was a cool part. So any more stories?
Yeah, I mean, I have like funny anecdotes, like kind of times that like I was amused at the game, but nothing that would be really amusing for everyone else. Nothing that makes good podcast.
That's unfortunate.
There was a time when I played these kind of games where I didn't know that you could fast travel. So I think I
Oh,
had some
dude, I
Fallout
had
3 too.
no, I had that.
Did that happen to you too?
I think it was Oblivion that I didn't know it for like the longest time.
I would walk everywhere and be like, this is too big.
This fucking sucks, man.
Well, I accidentally clicked on somewhere and it was like fast travel. It's like, what is fast travel?
The greatest part was I had a friend over to play Oblivion the one day, and he went on the map and like hit A on a place, and I came back from the bathroom. I was like, "What the hell did you do?" It was like in the loading screen or whatever. It was like, I just hit A on the place. I wanted to see the details.
The details.
And so it took us.
You'll see him now. You're there.
Yeah, and so it took us to the place, and I was like, "Well, no shit." And I was like, "That's so many hours, so many precious hours."
Saved.
And so, like, I went back and played Oblivion. I was like, and I can play this in 2 hours now. I can beat the story in 2 hours.
Yeah, I just finished playing Lonesome Road for New Vegas. I finally got around to playing that like 4 years later. And I found a wasteland survival guide by like a bunch of charred corpses. And I thought that was funny. Because when I played through Fallout 3, I did all of them wrong. Like I took the shortcuts. So I was like, all right, if you want to cure radiation, just like rub rad roaches on your face or something. And Morgan was like, oh, that's great. Thank you. So I think it's
hate
funny.
her
Like,
fucking voice. That's why I
yeah, her
murdered her.
voice is very annoying.
So,
Hi there.
Lonesome Road, was that the one where, like, the one guy kept, like, calling you the courier and he was supposed to be the courier or something
It was
like that?
by far the worst attempt at storytelling ever. Yeah, it was it.
That was the one.
I'm a potato. You're the potato. Who's the potato? I don't know.
Exactly.
It wasn't rememberable, like, as far as I remember.
I forget everything about it.
It was,
to be honest.
and it was, like, it was actually, like, had to delved into a lot of, like, patriotism, didn't it?
Something like that.
Like, one of the guns was, like, super patriotic.
Oh my god, it was the red rockets.
Yeah, that's
or
it.
something.
That's it.
That made me feel like I'm an American. I
Yeah.
couldn't even get that out of my mouth.
That's okay.
Yeah, dude.
Little
Like,
ode to Francis Scott Key and our national anthem.
I've been to his grave. That's random,
morbid,
but-
dude.
I don't want to hear about your goddamn vacations. So, the whole
Well, I
point
live
of it
near
was
there.
that... Yes, it's... My time to shine.
Okay.
So, the whole point was that, like, they tried to make a backstory to the backstory of the game.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. You don't understand what New Vegas is about to begin with. But then the original courier has this annoyingly smooth voice.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, so, courier, let me tell you about what really happened. So the Enclave was fighting the Brotherhood, but Caesar's Union was talking to the NCR, and then the ghouls came in, and then you came into the package, but there was a divide, and then New Vegas happened in Idaho. And you're just like, all right. So, like, I'm writing all this down, like, drawing lines to everything.
like you're trying to solve a murder without the police help, and you're in a hotel room, and you got pictures on pinpoints and strings connected.
He's not using the police because he got kicked out of the police. He was actually the police chief, and they're like, "You're too in on this case. It's too personal. You need to take some time off."
I've got like my whole.
You're a loose cannon. You're a loose cannon, Tim.
We can't pay Brent because he's not at the job anymore.
My whole wall's covered in like things attached with like yarn and shit.
You literally have only been eating fast food, and you're like taking shits in like the corner of the
like
room.
a bucket.
Lawyers won't even touch this case.
So yeah, I got done, and he was still going. At the final boss battle, he's like, "So you tried to join Caesar's Union Legion."
That's so ridiculous. I'm so glad I didn't play New Vegas now.
But end of story, I just shot him. I did not play the quest right, because you're supposed to, like, reason with them, and I just shot him because I wanted him to stop talking. His gravelly, like, Hugh Laurie voice.
Was he the Kool-Aid man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
So,
oh, no. Fix these plot holes.
So here you go. This is the New Vegas story. It starts off.
New Vegas story.
You get shot in the head.
Well, I know about that.
Oh, spoilers. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't played New Vegas, then
yeah, I mean,
what the fuck are you doing listening to podcasts about it?
Well, it's old enough now. All right, anywho, it starts off, you get shot by a guy named Benny.
Yeah,
and so, like...
Some
Played
asshole.
by Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Really? Bam, bam, na. Sorry.
He's a horrible voice actor, and it's it's bad.
It's just Chandler. Fucking
yeah, exactly. So anyways, you get picked up out of the dirt by a robot. A guy patches you up. You have no idea how the hell you survive a shot to the head.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, what the fuck happened? How did you mess up that bad that I'm alive? Well, anyways, you go. They wake you up. You wake up in this town, and then you start to like be like, okay, well, I was supposed to deliver this thing. So like you start trying to find this guy, and you find out he's in Vegas. So you go to Vegas, and you go to this hotel, and he finds out that he sees you, and you're like, well, shit, you have my thing. And so he's like, all right, I'll meet you up in my hotel room, and he fucking like escapes. And I don't really remember how you find him again. I think you find his like room where he has this robot, and the robot turns out to be like this like hacked, like he's like super like intelligent or whatever. Like
how the hell do you remember all of this? Because
okay, well, it doesn't matter.
I played it today.
Anyways, you find out what the package was. It was a poker chip.
Oh shit.
Okay, this is where it's just like, okay,
They're not even trying.
Yeah.
at this point.
like it's just like, okay, so it's a chip. You're like, it's a chip.
It's a potato chip.
If they would have played it as a comedy, it would have been better, because it would have been like hide in plain sight kind of thing. Turns out the package wasn't just a chip. It was like an actual like computer program.
It was Metal Gear. Sorry.
Well, anyways, it was a computer program hidden in a chip. It was called the Platinum chip.
But everyone is fucking looking for it.
Yeah, everyone's looking for it.
And their mother.
And House is looking for it. I don't remember why he wanted it again. Like, I think he just wanted
He wanted it for his medical team.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Mysteries.
So there's a whole
I was making a House reference, and you just kind of went with me.
Oh, whatever.
May I ask, what does this chip do?
Okay,
exactly?
so what the chip originally did, I don't
Science.
I don't remember why he wanted it. He wanted it for something. But it had a program in it that actually saved Vegas from nukes. There was like 70 or so nukes headed their way, and it stopped all but like 3.
Wait. So, how does if Vegas was already nuked, and it's already a wasteland? I mean, more than it already is today.
Yeah.
What is the point?
Why does he want the chip? I think he wanted the chip to prove that he was the one that like stopped all the nukes, and then B, to have like
what the fuck?
B, to have the missile defense, so that way he could be like, we're the most powerful, and I think he wanted Vegas to become the new capital, and I think he wanted to be like the new president.
But the NCR wanted it for Hoover Dam, right?
Yeah.
I thought Caesar's Legion wanted it as like a weapon.
Yeah, that's what they wanted it as a weapon.
Oh, then that
NCR
makes
wanted
sense.
it, didn't want it because they didn't want the Legion to have it, and then the robot wanted it because he wanted to like duplicate himself and be like the ultimate task force or whatever.
So Claptrap wanted it.
Yeah,
The robot.
Claptrap.
As soon as you said that a
He
robot
kind of looks
rescues
like
you,
him too, just
it's-
like a bigger version.
I was like, oh my god, it's fucking
Yes,
Claptrap.
And then there's the house who you can also give it to. So there's 4 different endings, which was cool, but the endings all sucked.
They're all lazy.
It's a bitch to get all the achievements.
Yeah.
So you have to go through stories.
And
that
like
aren't
the
fun.
ending's just like really lazy. Like it's like you go to the dam, which is cool, and then like they fly this big bomber, which is so fucking cool. But you only see it for like 10 seconds.
The battle was not as
Yeah.
great as
And then you go into like this valley, and you go to fight
the League Gate if you
yeah,
do the NCR
yeah.
quest.
And he's like the Legion commander of the Julius Caesar's.
And I shot his head off in 5 seconds. Then
Yeah.
And then the most badass part of the game, the fucking doors to their fort fly open, and all these rangers come out in their riot gear.
Okay,
and
that's that ending.
that's the only ending. Because if you didn't play as the NCR, you
No,
didn't play
the
game
funny thing
right.
is if you do the robot, there's like 1,000 robots that
I
are
did
just
that one too.
standing there.
They just fucking
They don't
all
even
come out.
move.
It's just ridiculous.
No, the Rangers are still there, and then my character's just like, yeah, think again, or something stupid like that. And then all these goddamn robots come in, and the Rangers are like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
All you say is, I have to go now. You turn around.
Robots.
I'll pick this up later. You guys chill here for hours.
For hours.
I went back and I forgot like how awkward the "I have to go now" thing is. Like
It's so
like,
funny.
like they start the conversation. There's a ton of options. You're just like, I don't want to talk to you now. I have to go now.
It's like, oh, my character has poor social interaction. That's great. I mean, I guess everyone would in the apocalypse, but you don't have to. You have to have like a single brain cell just be like, I have to go now, and then you just leave. And maybe they put a ... so that it leaves a little mystery. I have to go now, and they just leaves.
It's such a weird way to
well, in
phrase
Fallout 4, you can just like walk away. Like it makes it even
it.
better.
So much more rude.
Yeah.
You didn't even get it like a.
Help me! I'm gonna die. Fuck that.
I'm done with this shit. This is introducing Fallout 4, the Rude Simulator. I am Todd Howard. I'm Todd
Todd
Howard.
Howard.
Todd Dabbery.
Haberdashery. What do the kids think about the Root Simulator?
Scary.
Kids are terrified of everything.
They become assholes.
This kid was scared by the character customization.
Of course.
Actually, you could make some really fucking morbid character customization.
Okay, so that just made me think. Okay, do you guys remember like how ridiculous the characters could be in Oblivion? Like
Oh,
you could
God.
give them like purple hair, like an afro.
You really didn't even have to try that
Yeah,
hard.
like it
The
was-
orc looked like he had some sort of deformity.
Okay, you know what I just thought of? What if you make like the weirdest looking wife and the weirdest looking you, and like what does the baby look like?
The baby's gonna look like a damn troll. And you're gonna be like, I birthed this child, and you're gonna feel ashamed of yourself.
I'm not birthing anything.
I'll throw it right into the bomb itself. I'll just be like, yeah.
You're
I'll
a
just
terrible person.
Yeah, well, if
And
it's
he
out
can do
on
whatever
the...
the fuck he wants. It's his game.
Yeah,
Player-
bad karma
player
for
choice.
life.
Player choice.
I wonder what they are gonna do with the whole karma situation. And
Oh, they'll maintain it like
no,
probably.
I wonder if they
endlessly.
changed anything at all.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I wonder what kind of like benefits you'll get from either doing good or bad karma.
Was there really any benefits though?
Are you gonna get any other companions other than the dog?
Oh, of course.
I mean, dog is man's best friend, but sometimes you want to talk to your companions.
You can talk to your dogs.
You can talk to your dog.
I
Yeah.
talk to animals
The
all
dog
the time.
dog just doesn't talk back.
Well, if you're not creative,
I make dialogue for the dog.
imagination.
So I'm kind of like, you know how you can like tell the dog to like go fetch something or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Typical dog mechanics, of course.
There's some really weird objects I feel like in Fallout. What if you just tell it to go grab that? Like strange meat, go get it.
Yo, you wouldn't even have to tell that dog. That dog would be on that like white on
It's-
rice. It would be like, oh yeah, this strange meat.
And it's
That's
just
what I'm all
like
about.
it tastes it. And it's like it's tasted blood. Get the fuck away.
If he started speaking English, I would freak out.
Regardless, yeah.
Do you guys remember Futurama where they put the hat on the monkey and the monkey talked?
Uh,
The smart hat or whatever.
I don't remember that specifically.
Damn, that was a funny episode. That just made me think when he said the dog was going to talk.
Are we done? I'm bored with this.
We have lots of footage.
Yeah, we have about an hour.
But audio footage.
I'm clocking out.
All right.
I'm clocking out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been this week on the...
My name has been Tim.
On Follow the Death Clause. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stay tuned for the next one. There should be an annotation on the video now if there is another episode. So, this has been Brent.
There won't be another episode.
Tim, and London. And
Yep.
we'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya.